Good afternoon. Yeah, it's in my lunchtime. This video is called Divination, Oracles, the Likes. Excuse me. I was having a conversation this morning with one of my sisters, Aquarius Maximus, and we was talking about divination, whether it's, Ifa, whether it's tarot, oracles, I Ching, all of those things. And the one thing that I don't say all of us, but I don't think we all understand when we're tapping into that energy what we're asking for. Because, okay, I can go by Ifa, so because that's what I know. And there's been many occasions where you'll go for divination because you're looking for a certain or desired outcome, and so you want to know the best way to get about it, or whatever the case may be. And you get the divination, get the information, do the Abba, bam, so you're expecting something to happen. And then as time goes on, the thing that you're expecting to happen doesn't happen. So in our speaking, it's like, what are we looking for? What do you think happens in that time that you're looking for guidance? Well, we know that in divination, Orunmila is the witness to destiny, witness to our fate. So that means that not only being witness to your fate, it means that everything that's meant to happen in your life is already known from an aspect that you or your physical self don't know. So now, what if when you ask for guidance and you're told, hey, go this direction, and it gets messed up, or you get hurt, or you get, it doesn't go the way you're planned? Does that mean it wasn't part of your destiny? Or does that mean that going that direction, you had to learn something from that space? Like I said, your higher self always knows. Your higher self, your higher self always knows what's going on more so than you. So when you get a divination, whether the response comes back good, bad, or indifferent, it's letting you know the necessary steps you need to take for a greater outcome. Now, getting to that place, is it easy? Is it straightforward? Not necessarily. Because I've had people that will say, oh, I was told this in the oracle. Oh, I was told that this was supposed to happen, that was supposed to happen. Remember, when you're looking at something, you have free will and you have free choices. And if it has something to do with anybody else, remember their choice. They have a choice in the situation too. So therefore, just because the way you want it to look doesn't come back that way doesn't mean it wasn't a part of your journey. Because you had to learn something. Good, bad, or indifferent, you had to learn something by going that route. So for my own journey, I can look back over many things, many readings that I've had to see where, oh, this was supposed to happen, and then looking back, it didn't. But yet going through that process of not allowing that to happen or not getting that to happen, it taught me something. It gave me another perspective that I wasn't aware of. And so I'm saying, usually when you think of divination or any kind of oracle, it knows more. You're tapping into a realm that knows more than what you in your physical self could ever know. You may have intuition to try and find some things out, but you're tapping in. When you're asking questions, you're asking to a realm that knows more than you. So if that's the case, accept as is, good, bad, or indifferent, because if it wasn't meant to be a part of your world, it would not happen. What I understand, your Ori, if your Ori allows it, your higher self, if your higher self allows it, good, bad, or indifferent is something that you have to learn from or you have to go through for your soul's journey. So I think people need to have a broader perspective when it comes to divination, oracles, or any of those things that are giving guidance on your life. Remember, that energy knows or has more knowledge of what your destiny is from what you can't see. Yet, what you get from it when you get the divination, it may not be to your liking right now. But in some of the old dudes, it will say that in order to get what you want, you have to go through some hard things, which looks like failure. But had you not gone through that failure, would you have got the blessing at the end of the day? Because remember, when to create something, you have to destroy something initially. But it may not look like you want it to look. You know, we have a desired outcome that we want, or a perception of way we want it to be. And if it doesn't play out that way, is the divination wrong? No, because evidently your soul needed that lesson. As small as it is, as great as it is, or as challenging as it is or was, your soul needed that. But if we look at these things as lessons and life, lessons and guidance, like lamppost. I say lamppost, I know that from England. But if we see them as signposts along our journey, we can get more out of it than just thinking that the information that we got from the divination is wrong. To me, if I don't make mistakes, if I never make mistakes, there's no such thing as a mistake when it comes to getting divine information. What you choose to do with it is the next thing. You know what I mean? And as I said, when you look back on your life and you see what you went through, had it gone the way you wanted it, would you be where you are now? Most often not. So all disappointments or distractions or rerouting takes you on another journey for your highest good. So I'm just saying, just open your mind up a little bit more when it comes to divination, when it comes to oracles, when it comes to any kind of, you're tapping into the spiritual realm to get information or knowledge about your journey. Have your mind open a bit more in order to accept as is and see it as something that I have to learn moving forward. Oh, I keep seeing I'm sorry, I keep seeing these waves and not doing nothing about it. I'm sorry. Again, look at me. I'm forgetting about this, shoot. Sorry. Oh, gosh. Hey, Teresa, my dear. So, yeah. Oh, gosh, look at all this. I'm sorry. See, I had to put my glasses on to see it. But yeah, just pay attention to that. Because divination is not always the enemy when it doesn't look like the way you want it to look. You know? In fact, it's never the enemy. When you look back later on, you'll realize like, okay, I see why I shouldn't have done that. Or I see why I was taken through that. Even hard times. You learn from it. And if you can look at every challenge as a lesson or something that you needed to learn, to move through, to grow from, you'll be in a better space. It was just my 2 cents. Like I said, me and my sister was talking this morning, and even when you get told, yeah, something you're supposed to go through, you go through it, and then it's calamity or something really bad happens or something not favorable happens. But you learn from it because it emotionally affects you. And evidently your soul wanted that for a reason. Anyway, I'm not going to make this a long one because my coworker just came in and then left because I was still doing a live. But yeah, just something to think about when it comes to divination and the oracles and the likes. Don't take them too personally. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. You do have divination that comes to let you know, when something very challenging is coming and how to avert it or how to move around it or how to move through it. And when you get those informations, they're right and exact. And you'll see, that saved my life. You know what I mean? They was right and exact. They told me that, such and such would do such and such. You look through it, yes, that's exactly what's happening. But the same rule applies when it doesn't work out into your favor. It's not going against you. It's being worked through for your highest good, for your higher knowing. And at that particular moment in time, you may not understand that. But like I said, if we sit emotionally all the time, we miss the lessons. Because if we stay stuck in our emotions, we miss what's meant to travel through us. And energy is always in motion, and it's not meant to stay stuck. So allow divination to give you the guidance that you need for you to move forward in your life, good, bad, or indifferent. Accept as is, and what you need to shift within you will do so as time moves on. Don't ever think that the oracle is lying to you. It's not the case. Remember, when it has anything to do with other people and it has anything to do with the dynamics of other people, they have freedom of choice, or freedom to choose the way that they want to. So even if you look at it and it looks like it's foolproof, somebody over there could think something totally different and totally change the course of the direction that you was expecting it to go. Is that the oracle wrong? No, because this is what you asked for, the way you wanted to go. Now you needed that diversion because later on something even bigger and better came along. But that's how it works. You know what I mean? Everything is in divine timing, in divine accordance with the way your destiny is meant to go. There's nothing incorrect. There's no kind of mistakes when it's in divine order. There's no mistakes. It's just our expectations. And we have to loosen up on that to understand that, to me anyway, I think spirit, or that the unseen realm, operates at like 90% of our lives, or influences 90% of our lives, and 10% of that is the action that we actually move through, is the action that we just move through. And I just got a text message. That just lost my trail of thought. Anyway, that just lost my trail of thought. Ooh, I love you too. So yeah. Just be mindful. Everything is done for a reason and is in divine order. Everything is in divine time. Everything. There is nothing comes before its time. And we're realizing, I'm not an astrologist and I'll never say I am, but I love these transits, and things happen when they're meant to happen. Things take place when they're meant to take place. You just see, you just watch. You know what I mean? So the oracles are going to give you the divinations are going to give you some guidance. But yet it's not going to happen until it's meant to happen. And that's the part that you're not aware of. But, because of our want things right now, we miss that space. So, yeah, getting comfortable. You know what I mean? But anyway, like I said, I'm not going to make this a long one. All right? But I'm just giving food for thought. And I'll be back again another time. All right? Take care. I love you too, Shell. All right? Love you too. Take care. All right, and peace out.